After two-day France tour, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in the UAE. He is meeting the UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He is holding wide-ranging talks with the President of the UAE. In fact, the Prime Minister is all set to attend the banquet lunch as well. This is the fifth visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Gulf country. Growing bilateral ties between India and the UAE. On the agenda is technology and energy and conversations around it. This, in fact, is the Prime Minister's tour to the UAE. The President there welcoming Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also all set to attend the banquet lunch. This, in fact, remember, is the fifth trip of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Gulf country. Growing bilateral ties between India and the UAE, and on the agenda is technology and energy. It's a ceremonial welcome that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is receiving in UAE. In fact, lovely pictures had come in, and we'll put that out for our viewers as well. The Burj Khalifa lighting up in tricolour to welcome the Prime Minister. Sharing very warm ties with India, UAE is in fact pulling out all stops to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We're getting you all the live updates of the Prime Minister's visit to the UAE. He has in fact arrived in Abu Dhabi to hold talks with President Sheikh Nahyan. During his visit, the Prime Minister will be holding wide-ranging talks with the President and take bilateral ties in key energy areas of energy, food, security and defence. This, remember, is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's fifth trip to the Gulf country. On the agenda, technology and energy, holding wide-ranging talks with the President of the UAE. The Prime Minister is also all set to attend the banquet lunch. Raju Nagarajan is getting us all of those details on that big story. Raju, take us through the details of the itinerary of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and what the highlights of this bilateral essentially is going to be.
This is, as everybody knows, this is the fifth time Mr. Modi is visiting here, and he has been, in fact, nursing this relationship with the UAE for a long time, ever since he came to power. That's why we are at a stage now when there are two comprehensive futuristic agreements. One deals with strategic relationship, the other one deals with economic ties and growing trade. And this is where we are at the moment, and perhaps Mr. Modi would be discussing this, plus the climate change conference that's going to take place in the UAE later this year, in November and December.
Also, this is an opportunity clearly for us and the UAE to identify key areas that we are looking at, domains such as energy, education, healthcare, also food security, defense and culture.
Yeah, that's true. That's quite true. Because education has become a big industry here, if I can call it that. And then food is the other big thing that UAE is looking to India for to grow, because UAE has got a very ambitious plan to make itself at the top of the take itself to the top of the global food index by 2050. So, and they are very keen at developing the strategy and looking at India as a major supplier of essentials. Mm-hmm. Definitely, that's a major issue, major area of development that's coming up.
Also, what the UAE would be looking at, and delightfully, I suppose, would be the fact that India has supported the COP28 presidency, as also the Prime Minister held talks with the UN climate conferences president designate, isn't it?
Yes, that's a major point of agreement between the two of them. And India has been very supportive of the UAE all over the years, and so has the UAE been in India on behalf of India. And this is a kind of relationship that's built on trust, the trust that has been developed over years of good relationship and good track record of convincing development in all the fields that we are discussing right now. Trade, economy, people-to-people relationship. In education, there are any number of Indian institutions that have set up campuses here. And India, on the side of energy strategy, there has been very deep understanding and work that has been done for the long term. Yes.
All right, I'm good. Thank you, Raju Nagarajan, senior journalist from Abu Dhabi, getting us his perspective on that. In fact, we're getting all the details of the UAE rolling out the red carpet for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister there receiving a ceremonial welcome. As you can see in these pictures, the Prime Minister is also going to be attending a banquet lunch in fact, sometime from now, and that's what the itinerary really looks like. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 5th trip to the Gulf country. He's also been conferred with the UAE's highest civilian honor, which is Order of Zayed, by President Sheikh Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. This had happened in the year 2019. This is his 5th visit. The Prime Minister is in the UAE after concluding his 2-day visit to France. He arrived in Abu Dhabi, was received by Crown Prince Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The Prime Minister is holding talks with Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE and ruler of Abu Dhabi. Burj Khalifa welcomed the Prime Minister with a dazzling light show. Ahead of his visit, the Prime Minister noted that this visit is going to be helping, in fact, in furthering the cooperation between India and UAE across various sectors, including education, energy, healthcare, food, fintech, defense and culture. This visit is going to be an opportunity to discuss cooperation on global issues, particularly in the context of UAE's presidency of COP28 and India's G20 presidency, in which the UAE is a guest country. India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan spoke to Indian ambassador to the UAE, Sanjay Sudhir, regarding the Prime Minister's visit.